What's up, fishy friends? Welcome to Tim's School of Fish, and class is in session. I'm excited because today we are going to take a look at a pocket fixed blade made by Baltic Blades. This knife was made in Lithuania by a maker named Paulius Jansikis. I'm sure that I absolutely mutilated that name, so I apologize for that. I need to brush up on my Lithuanian, but he's a small maker in Lithuania. Pretty cool little fixed blade here, so I'm excited to take a look at it. But before we take a look at this knife today, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. It really helps out the channel, helps me out a lot, and I sure do appreciate it. Couple quick announcements before we take a look at this knife. Don't forget the Just the Tip live stream tonight here on my channel, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. East. We are going to have Joe Mangiafico from Mangiafico Knives on the channel tonight. It's always an awesome show, so make sure you guys tune in. And then lastly, I have channel memberships available if you'd like to support the channel. I sure do appreciate that. You can find the link to join up in the channel about section, also in the description of this video, and I will pin it in a comment. So today, the Baltic Blades Angis Generation 2. So without further ado, let's get this camera turned around and take a closer look. All right, so this is the Baltic Blades Angis Generation 2. Now, Angis, A-N-G-I-S, is apparently the only venomous snake in Lithuania, so pretty cool. And he has designed this knife to kind of have that snake profile, and the paracord is meant to represent the body or the scales of the snake, so pretty cool. This one comes in this brown box here. It's got a black sleeve over it. On the top there it says Baltic Blades with the Baltic Blades logo. On the side here it says made in Lithuania. When you open the box, you've got this nice padded liner. We've got a Baltic Blades sticker there and also a certificate of authenticity. It says Angis N690 blade steel, 60 HRC, paracord handle. This one was made on 11/15/2023. And then we have Paulius Jansikis signature there. So pretty cool that it comes with a little certificate of authenticity. So let's take a look at this knife. All right, so this is meant to be basically a pocket scalpel, and this can easily fit down in your pocket. Comes with a nice little Kydex sheath here. Good retention on that Kydex sheath. It slips off easily, so no problems with the sheath at all. So like it said on the card, N690 blade steel on this one. I have absolutely no problem with N690. It is a bowler steel. It's very similar to VG10, 440C, AUS 10. It has a similar composition to those. Just an all-around good steel. So our overall length on this one is just over 5 inches. It's about 5.1 inches. We've got basically a 1 3/4 inch drop point blade here, and then a 3 1/4 inch handle on this one. So this one is bead blasted, and you can see on the handle here that we've got some orange peel stippling on there. So that's pretty cool. And I do like that on the blade, while it's bead blasted, you can still see some of that satin finish underneath it, and I know that that was intentional. The maker did it that way on purpose, so that is pretty cool. Skeletonized handle here with the paracord wrap, and like I said, this is meant to give you the profile of the Angis snake, and this is meant to represent the snake's body. You can see on this side we've got the Baltic Blades logo. Nothing on the other side at all, so not a lot of billboarding, which I really like. I think that logo's very cool. We've got some jimping here on the spine and a nice finger choil. Outstanding edge on here, and I can tell you that this bad boy is wicked sharp. In the hand, this is a 3-fingered knife for me, but this knot on the paracord does give you a place to wrap your pinky finger. Now, this was meant to be a pocket scalpel, basically a working knife, an everyday carry. And like I said, this fits in your pocket perfectly at just 5 inches. Basically feels really comfortable in the hand. Everything is chamfered down nicely. These edges on the back of our tang here, on the back of our spine, are knocked down nicely, so no 90-degree edge here. This one is not meant to strike a ferro rod. This is an everyday carry knife for opening letters, opening packages, popping clam packs, zip ties, things of that sort. You know, just what you would use your everyday carry knife for. Basically a light duty fixed blade. Now, when you go to his website, he does say what his philosophy is with knife making, and he said it's all about just finding meaning, that he worked a bunch of menial, meaningless jobs, and he wanted to do something that he was passionate about, and he's passionate about knife making, so I can really appreciate that. He mentions meaning and making working knives at affordable prices for everybody, and also community. So I'm down with that. I can really appreciate that. I don't know how long he has been making knives, but I can tell you that these are made by hand. No CNC machines here. He does it all on a grinder, and it's very good. However, I do need to point out a couple of things that I noticed. Now, this is not to be critical or in any way whatsoever, and he does mention on his website that his goal is not to make knives with perfect fit and finish, and I get that. That's part of the appeal of handmade knives, is those tiny little minor imperfections. So if you see here, this cheek, or this area that we call the flat, on this side we have a bit of a smile. You can see where it's not perfectly straight across there, and it kind of curves upward. And then on the other side, that cheek does not have a smile. It kind of curves downward. So we've got a bit of a frown here and a bit of a smile there. Now, is that a deal breaker? Absolutely not. Okay, I'm not trying to be critical of a maker. I am not a knife maker. This is 1,000 times better than I can do. But, you know, when you handle so many knives, you just sort of notice these sort of things. So I noticed that right away. And then the other thing is on the plunge grind. On this side, our plunge grind looks really good. And then over on this side, it kind of looks like we have a little bit of a divot right there. Kind of where he got into it right there. I don't know if you can see that tiny little dark spot in the plunge grind. Like I said, this is absolutely not a deal killer whatsoever. And in fact, most people would probably never notice. Still an absolutely awesome knife. Like I said, it's 1,000,000 times better than I can do. Perfectly functional, really good looking knife. Great edge on this thing, and for what he designed this for, he absolutely nailed it. One more thing though, and this is just a personal preference, this knot here does give you something to wrap your pinky finger around. However, I would have preferred maybe like a little fob, right? Doesn't have to be too long, but just like a little snake knot right there instead of that monkey ball knot. And that's just a personal preference thing. I think a little fob, snake knot fob right there, that's just a tiny bit longer, would suit my hands better, but you guys know I have wide hands, so for most people that's going to be perfectly fine. I would have liked a little bit more there. Now, he does have another one of these called the Neo scale, where he kind of does some anodizing on the handle here. Still paracord wrap, same exact thing, but he's got some anodizing on the handle. This is not my knife. This is a pass-around knife, but I will link his website down below if you want to go check him out. His knives are very affordable, handmade, really affordable price. And I also know that you can choose your paracord color. He has a few different options for you to choose from. And then, of course, you could probably just take that paracord off and replace it with whatever paracord you want, give it, you know, as long as you know how to tie a knot. But you can find how to tie these knots on YouTube. So really cool little pocket scalpel. I think this is perfect for what it is intended for, and I'm really glad that I had an opportunity to take a look at that one. So there you go, boys and girls. That is the Baltic Blades Angis Generation 2. Just wanted to share that with you today. I appreciate the guys from the Pass Around group for sharing this one with me. I'm glad I got to handle it. Glad I got to take a look at it. Really cool little knife. I will link the Baltic Blades website down below if you want to go check it out. As always, I appreciate you for watching. Give me a thumbs up. Drop me a comment down in the comment section. Let me know if you've heard of Baltic Blades. Let me know if you've seen this knife before. Let me know what you think about it. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Just click my logo right over there. That's it for this episode of Tim's School of Fish, boys and girls. Class dismissed.